Assalamualaikum and very good afternoon to you all. Welcome to online classes for the grade 6 subject science. Here we are going to continue the lesson 3 animals from the pages 50 to 52. We are studying this lesson from the chapter 1 classifying living things. In this, dear boys, we are going to see some learning objectives of the today's lesson, that how animals are grouped. Also, we are going to see about what are invertebrates and the different classification of invertebrates that we are going to see in the today's lesson. So let's see from the page 50 to 52 about the invertebrates. The first thing we are talking about the invertebrates, as we discussed in the last part of the lesson where we were talking about the vertebrates, which are the largest animals, but they are not the most common. More than 90% of the animals are invertebrates, and here you are finding that animals without backbones are called as invertebrates. So invertebrates, they live in wide range of environment, in the desert, at the bottom of the ocean, and even inside other organisms. Arthropods, also we are going to see here, are the largest group of invertebrates with more than 1 million species, including the insects, spiders, crabs, shrimps, and lobsters. In the invertebrates, we are going to talk about the mollusks, worms, fishes, and arthropods. So here, the most of the animals on the earth are invertebrates. Many of them live in the sea and are very small. They have soft body because they do not have skeleton, and many of them, you can see from the picture that many of them, they have the shell or exoskeleton to protect their soft bodies. Their body is very soft. You can see these animals which are there in this picture. So they are being classified. So they based on what are they eat, how they breathe, and how they reproduce. So here there some are the carnivorous, herbivorous, and omnivorous animals. When we talk about the breathing, that they breathe through the skin, some breathe through the gills, and others through the lungs. They reproduce. All invertebrates are oviparous. Their offspring are called larvae, and when they grow, some of them change shape. Here are some worms, particularly flatworms, roundworms, and segmented worms. And these worms have soft bodies with bilateral symmetry. Some are cylindrical, but others are flat. Some worms are aquatic and others are terrestrial. Many are parasites here. You can see here in this picture. Also, cnidarians have jelly-like bodies with radial symmetry. They have tentacles. They are marine animals. Some like corals and sea attach themselves to rocks. Others such as jellyfishes can move about. You can see here from these structures, from these pictures. So here cnidarians are grouped into different groups: jellyfish, corals, and polyps. Here the sponges are the smallest and the simplest invertebrates. They are living in the sea. They have no organs. Particularly we are talking about the sponges. They have no organs. They don't move. They are attached to the rocks, and their body is full of pores. You can see here the pores and channels. So water can circulate in that. So these are the sponges. You can see from the different pictures how they look like and how they are attached to the rocks. So here echinoderms have 5-way symmetry. That is, they have the skeleton made up of hard plates. You can see this animal where this animal has the five-way symmetry and often with the spines. They are covered by a thin skin. All are marine animals. You can see here these are the marine animals. They have skeleton made up of hard plates, often with the spines. So this is about the echinoderms. So here they are also grouped into three groups. Different groups are shown here. So they live on the seabed. Some are fixed to the surface, but most of them can move. So these animals, you can see them, how they have the structures, and the fertilization is external in these animals. Also, another class that we're talking about, the mollusks. They have the soft body, you can see from the picture, with bilateral symmetry. Many are covered with one or two shells. Here you can see their different examples, that is snails, slugs, sweets, are all the mollusks you can see from this picture. Different characteristic features, what they have, their body is soft and divided into three parts: head, body mass, and muscular foot. They are having the mental, the body is covered by a fine membrane which we are calling as mental. This mental is produces protective shell and made up of one or two walls. Some species have no shells. You can see here from the picture. Another thing that we are going to talk about, the arthropods, as I told you, are the largest group of invertebrates with more than 1 million species, including the insects, spiders, crabs, shrimps, and lobsters. So here are the example of these arthropods, where their body is divided into three parts: head, thorax, and abdomen. They have exoskeleton, you can see from this picture, where arthropods, their bodies are totally covered by articulated exoskeleton and like the armor. Some are aquatic and some others are terrestrial. You can see this kind of arthropod animals here. So they have some characteristic features. The examples of these animals are the insects, arachnids, and crustaceans are the examples of arthropods. Here, some arthropods have head and the thorax are joined, so forming a cephalothorax. The head contains the sensorial organs called antennae, through which they get the senses and the signals. So these antennae and eyes, which are simple or sometimes compound. They have articulated legs and some of them have wings also. You can see these pictures. Another group of arthropods is Crustacea. Most crustaceans are aquatic. Many have 10 legs, 2 pairs of antennae, and compound eyes. The body is made up of two parts, abdomen and cephalothorax. Many crustaceans are used for food. Lobsters, shrimps, crabs are the example of this kind of crustaceans. Here are the examples. Insects, where you are going to see about the insects are the most numerous animal group. An insect body is divided into three parts: head, thorax, and abdomen, which you can see easily from this picture. And the head has a mouth, two eyes, and two antennae. Thorax has 6 legs. Many insects have wings on the thorax. You can see the wings here. So they have the wings on the thorax. Here, insects, different insects you can see here. Most are terrestrial and but some are aquatic also. The last part of this lesson is about the arachnids, where These arthropods have 8 legs, and arthropod body is made up of two parts, the abdomen and the cephalothorax. Scorpions, spiders are the example of this kind of arachnids. Most are terrestrial, some are carnivorous. They hunt and eat other animals. You can see their body. Cephalothorax is the part, whereas the other part is the abdomen of these kind of animals. So, spider, scorpion, epilion are the example of arachnids. With this, I am going to conclude here the today's lesson. I'll be back with the new video. Till then, thank you and goodbye.